One of the most famous monuments in Isfahan is Siosipol, or 33 Bridges, which was built almost 400 years ago.
The river flowing under Siosipol is unique because it eventually leads to a desert where it runs dry.
Downstream from Siosipol, you would find a bluely lit modern bridge, which represents the modern-day Isfahan. Isfahan is also one of the most religiously diverse cities of Iran, because it has the biggest population of Christians and Jews. This bazaar is 1,000 years old. During the Iran-Iraq War, which started in 1980, Saddam Hussein deliberately fired missiles onto this historic site, killing many innocent people.
A memorial has been put in place for the people who died on that day.
The bazaar shares a wall with the mosque
Called Masjid-e Jouney, or translated to the People's Mosque.
This mosque in particular is very important as it was built over a period of 1,000 years, and it samples the different architecture styles that have been used by Persian architects in the Islamic period. This style of mosque has a specific name called Char-e-Van, or 4 verandas. That is because each dome has its own veranda and all 4 are facing each other. Here we saw another memorial for people who died in the mosque during the same bombing that we talked about in the bazaar. The walls of the mosque have been reinforced, but to show the old sun-dried bricks that have been used to make the mosque, some sections are exposed. The kings from different periods built the columns in the mosque with different styles. Some even wanted to reinforce the columns by making a square structure enclosing the column, as you see half done in this column. Therefore, some of them are circular and some of them are square-shaped. But keep in mind that originally they were all circular. This dome was made by the order of Nizam al-Mulk 1,000 years ago, which at the time he was the first advisor to the king. This dome leads to the main yard and the other verandas. In front of it you would find a big stone bowl, which was filled with water so people could wash before praying.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله.
This section of the mosque has been decorated with a combination of Persian poetry and Islamic art. Each corner of this piece consists of a line of poetry. In the middle, you have the name of the artist. Starting from the bottom left, the poem reads,
چون نامه جرم ما به هم پیچیدند بردند و به میزان عمل سنجیدند بیش از همه کس گناه ما بود ولی ما را به محبت علی بخشیدند.
Right next to this poem, you would find an Islamic prayer, which is written in a unique calligraphy. The mirror image of this piece is placed right in front of it, so in order to be able to read this piece, you would have to look through a mirror. This entire section has been decorated with religious teachings, poetry, and Islamic art. This section of the mosque was built in the 14th century,
during the time that the Mongolians had taken over the Persian Empire.
The unique thing about this mosque is that it has not been altered like the other ones with adding decorative poetry and art to the walls. Everything that you see here is exactly as it was built in the 11th century. It is hard to see in this picture, but many visitors are shocked when they see the inverted symbol of the Nazis, swastika, and also patterns that resemble a cross. However, these symbols had different meanings at the time that they were used. Hacked into a stone, here we see a statement given by the king of the time, where he is reducing the annual taxes that are collected by the government.